Quick review of my 11-inch MacBook Air. Beautiful little machine. Definitely the smallest Mac that I can say has ever been made. And just for some size comparisons here, we have the 11-inch, and then I have a 15-inch MacBook Pro. You see it's quite a bit smaller. And just the CD case, you get kind of an idea of a standard object. Not everybody has the same size things, but everybody has a CD case. And it's about 2 CD cases wide, and you have a 1.5 CD cases in length this way. And of course an iPhone 4 and an iPad. And the iPad and the 11-inch are about the same width. The 11-inch is, you can see, a little bit longer, and if I didn't have the case on here, it's about a 1/10 of an inch thicker. It's not a big difference. Weight between the two, between the iPad and the 11-inch, the 11-inch is heavier when the iPad is all alone, but with the case here, they're pretty close. I'd say it's still a hair heavier, but it's pretty close with the case, depending on the case you have too. This is the standard Apple case, and it's not real heavy, but it does add a little bit of weight to the iPad. And let me open up the MacBook Pro here. Get an idea of the screen size. So, quite a bit of difference in screen, but it's a ultra portable. That's the whole point. Boot them both up. You'll see the Air boots extremely fast. Due to the solid state drive. Yeah, it's at a workable desktop already. The MacBook Pro, I think I have a 7200 RPM in there. I do not really recall. It may be a 5400, but I'm not sure. As you can see, it's quite a bit slower now. Repairing permissions on your computer also make it boot a lot faster. A lot of people have been complaining about the MacBook Air, saying after a while that it doesn't boot as fast. Repair your permissions, it'll boot as fast as it was when it was brand new. It makes a difference in boot time. I have not repaired permissions on my MacBook Pro in quite a long time. You can see one of the major differences, the lighted keyboard, which of course the Air does not have, although I do not find a problem typing on the Air in the dark, because the letters and the keys are actually kind of silver, and they reflect light pretty well. You can see how they reflect in the light there. So a little bit of light that comes from the screen reflects pretty well. Quality of the screens. Get an angle here. Bring it up to about half brightness. They're both excellent screens. The MacBook Air has a little bit less viewing angle. But being such a short screen doesn't really make a lot of difference. It's very sharp, and you're actually getting a little bit more DPI out of it, because it's the pixel a little more crammed compared to the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Color-wise, I can't complain about either one of them. The MacBook Pro always had a beautiful screen. I have the glossy one. Some people don't like the gloss. I like the extra contrast it adds. The MacBook Pro, one thing I can definitely notice between the two of them, the MacBook Pro has actually a lower quality audio output. The MacBook Air has a beautiful output for audio, very clean, very quiet, no little crackle, pops, nothing like that. Excellent bass response. And it really is, it's a whole different thing. You have to compare the two. with each other. I have a pair of some pretty nice headphones, and it's definitely quite a noticeable difference. And that really surprised me that the Air would have that much better of a sound output. So for your audiophiles out there, the Air is an excellent computer for that use, and seems to drive headphones pretty well. And I have no complaints over that. I'm very happy with the machine. These are the two Macs that I own. The MacBook Pro has been almost never used for anything outside the house now. With the Air goes with me everywhere. It's just an excellent machine for just carrying with you. There's no excuse not to really take it with you. I mean, it weighs, less than 3 pounds, and very solidly built. Both of them have nice hinges. Neither of them are stiff. What's interesting is this has a much larger, heavier screen, and this has a much lighter screen, but both of them lift up very easily, without actually tipping the whole computer back. And just to get the iPad here, kind of prop it up, so you get an idea of the screens on all of them and the size of them. That 16 by 9 screen is actually quite nice. You put the dock over to the side there, and you have quite a bit of usable area. So I really can't complain on that. Just a couple applications I can open up here. So they launch very quickly with the flash drive. Photoshop up. And here this is just CS3 on my MacBook Pro at the moment. And while the MacBook Pro is definitely slower to launch on Photoshop, actually performing any kind of large files manipulation is it's faster on the MacBook Pro, obviously, the extra processing power. Both of them have 4 gigs. But for such a small machine, it handles itself pretty well. I cannot complain. Apple did a good job on this one. So that's my quick little review. So hopefully I'll give you an idea of what it's like.